Let's record a podcast.
What
do you think?
That's a great idea, Stan. I think I'd love to do a podcast with you guys. What should we talk about?
You know who we need? We need Caesar.
Hello.
Caesar, when did you get here? That's hilarious.
Well, Stan mentioned podcasting, and I'm like, hey, I got some ideas I can share.
Yeah?
What are you thinking about, Caesar?
Well, I think what we have all in common is that we are all dads.
You're right.
Our kids are similar ages, and we've gone through some tough times as dads, some good times, and some great times as dads. And I think, it's important for us to share our experiences. And, I think, there's a movement out there. I think a lot of dads out there probably feel a little isolated. And I think there's certain societal stigmas against what a dad's capable of. And I think maybe we should create a podcast called Capable Dads.
Just coming in and joining in, I think it'd be great to, have these discussions, talk about these items, and show people that, dads do care about this stuff. This isn't all a woman or a wife or a mother-centric society anymore, that men do really care, and they're
Totally.
They really want to be involved, they care about it, and they're willing to talk about some of these different things that matter for their children as well. So we're certainly not any experts or psychologists, but...
No,
what's your... I have no background in psychology or training.
Caesar might be the closest.
I work in healthcare.
Life, right?
I see. I have some, training in psychiatry and psychology and all that. So I do see the academic aspects of all this, but by no means I am an expert. And that's kind of one of the topics we're eventually going to talk about is what does it mean to be an expert parent. So I think all of us are coming from the angle of being a parent, being a father, coming at it with what is it like to raise our own kids, and being real. I mean, sometimes it's nice just to hear what it's like, people who actually the day-to-day person going through parenting.
Yeah, it's a bit unfiltered, just some off-the-cuff thoughts about some experience, lived experience, I'd say.
Lived experience, I like that. Right, yeah. I think that's... there's only so much textbook can teach you. There's only so much research and studies can tell you, but until you actually live it through, you're more than just a statistic.
Yeah.
So Caesar, you said you're in healthcare. Brandon, what's your background, man?
So I went to school for engineering, and I did a little bit of consulting coming out of school, but it really wasn't for me. So I, transitioned over into the construction industry. So new construction, residential, and it's pretty interesting. I enjoy the work right now. I'm at a good company, and I'm enjoying it so far. It's challenging and rewarding.
What about you, Stan?
I am a serial entrepreneur. I only had 2 jobs where I had a boss, and they didn't really last too long. My parents had a small mom and pop shop doing embroidery, and I helped them grow it into a more volume manufacturing operation, and then had my kid try to work from home for a couple of years, doing consultancy, doing creative work. And then I went back and reestablished the embroidery shop again, bought into a case company, casesunlimited.ca, if anyone's interested.
There you go, man.
That's great.
Yeah.
So you have 3 very different dads from very different walks of life,
Yeah, and I think the important thing to acknowledge is that we all work. We're coming from an angle of parenting with full-time jobs and with partners with also full-time jobs.
Yeah.
And so when we're talking about, what we do as a parent is on top of, what the rest of the world has to deal with.
So we think we're capable, right? We think we're good, but I think the real test comes from our kids. Right? They're the only ones that could say they're a good dad. With that said, I would like to introduce you guys to something crazy. I secretly asked your wives to survey your kids to see what their opinions are of you guys.
Oh, dear.
Let's hear it.
And they sent me the answers, and I tried my hardest not to look at it. Okay? So this is
This is fresh off the press.
Fresh off the. I don't know how filtered this is.
Are you going to read it verbatim?
I hope so. I asked them 4 questions, right? I asked my kids the same thing. Okay, so
You did that question asking. Your wife didn't do the question asking.
my wife
Okay.
asked winter and summer.
All right.
So I hope you guys are ready.
Well, I'm always ready.
Oh wait. First, let me tell you what the questions are. Okay, so you guys are not caught off guard.
I think we already are caught off guard.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I was surprised. Yeah,
He had this all planned out.
Zuri kept it on the DL.
A little bit. I told you guys I had a surprise for you. Okay, so I asked them 4 questions. All right, the first one was 3 words to describe your dad. Okay.
All right.
Okay, 3 words to describe me. All right. I'm fun. I'm instrumental. I think he means musical. And car, because I'm into automotives. All right. So that's for me. For you guys, who wants to go first?
Brendan wanted.
Sure. Yeah.
Brandon wants. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So here's 3 words. Okay. And maybe you could elaborate.
Yeah, I want to hear Brendan's interpretation of what these words mean.
Barbecue boy.
Yeah.
I guess you're the cook.
Yeah. No, in the summer I always like to use the smoker in the barbecue quite a bit. So
There you
Yeah.
it's good. Yeah, it's fun. Produces some good eats.
Crazy.
Yep.
Is
go.
that?
What does that mean? Crazy fun or like
I think-
crazy?
Well, probably a bit of both, actually. Yeah, it's a little bit of crazy, little crazy fun. Always playing with them, bringing them on crazy adventures, doing.
So you're the
stuff.
fun parent.
Yeah, definitely. There's no debate
okay.
about
Oh,
that.
there you
Definitely
go.
a fun parent.
All right, well,
All right. And daddish.
Daddish, yeah.
that,
Daddish.
hey, that's a compliment.
Yeah, pretty daddish. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Caesar.
All right, I'm ready for
Caesar.
it. Give it to me.
Funny.
Okay, yeah. I crack a lot of jokes.
Cuddly.
I do love cuddling my kids. It's like, to me, that's like crack.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like any time of the day.
Anytime, I actually told my daughter, I will never say no to cuddling with you. And she actually, she held me to that. One time I was exhausted and I was actually about to go to a night shift, and she said she wanted me to cuddle her, and I'm just like, I'm in a rush, I gotta go. But she said, no, you promised me that you would never say no to cuddling me. And I had to put my bag down, I had to take my jacket off and go back upstairs and cuddle her.
Good job.
Dedication.
I know. I'm not sure what this means. Throwing on the bed.
They love that. So like, I'm like your classic, like, trash the bed. It's obviously the master bed, and I just throw them like they're rag dolls. And they love it. They love me kind of just throwing them all over the bed.
Okay. The next question is one thing you hope never changes about your dad. Summer said she likes me being so nice and never stops liking music. We're a very musical family.
There you go.
So I played the guitar a little bit.
Yeah.
My boy, he's starting to play the ukulele
Awesome.
because he can't get his fingers around the neck of a guitar yet.
Yeah.
So
It's
he's
smaller.
like really into it. And then we dance a lot. I always try to have music in the house. And we have like afternoon dance parties,
Awesome.
right? Okay. You guys' turn.
All right.
Let's start with you first.
Me?
Caesar.
All right.
All right. Oh, this one's sweet. I hope he never stops loving me.
That's it.
I guess-
it's pretty good. I, mean,
I guess that's what you want to hear.
that's the core.
Yeah, no, 100%. I think, I mean, you could go from it both ways, because do you think of it as they are afraid that I will stop loving them, and why would they think that? Or do they like it that I love them and never want to lose it? So depends how you want to look at it.
Hopefully it's the latter. I think.
Yes. Yes. I hope you never fall out of love. Never stop camping.
Oh, interesting. So they do like the camping.
There you
Yeah,
go.
Yeah.
I'm always dragging the kids into the forest somewhere. Throwing all our whole
Hey,
family
now you know,
into a
it
couple
pays off.
canoes and heading out. So we've had a couple of really good experiences there. So it sounds
So-
like that's
So that's reaffirming, isn't it?
yeah,
It's
that,
like,
that they actually enjoy it. I'm not just torturing them.
There you
So
go.
There's been some rough ones though.
I can imagine.
You're out in a canoe in the middle of a lake and it's just pouring rain and you got to get to your campsite. And,
oh, you go like backcountry camping.
oh
huh?
yeah,
Jeez.
no,
Yeah,
just
the real deal.
Yeah, you don't take it easy on them. You got to.
But
Yeah.
hey, those are the memories they're going to remember, right?
Yeah.
The tough ones and the good ones, those are the ones that are going to create the core memories. When
Yeah.
they grow up, they're going to remember, I remember that time with my dad, and it was pouring rain. We were stuck in the canoe. It was so hard, but man, we did it. My dad stuck it out.
Yeah, that's right. I really
Perseverance.
Like yeah,
There
that's
you
right.
go.
I really like camping too. So it's something that it was a big thing in my life when I was growing up.
Yeah.
So it's nice to be able to pass that on and carry that forward with them. So
It's always nice to also show off your manliness to a group of women. You know?
Are you talking about his kids?
Yeah.
yeah.
Right? It's like, oh look, daddy's chopping wood.
There you go.
Damn.
So I don't know if I've ever thought of it that way, but I often don't even bring an axe. I mean, it's not too practical. when
Oh,
you're
you
out
just
there.
rip it with your hands.
I bring some gloves, you know, and you just collect some kindling and maybe you bring
you
some
go.
chopped wood in, but
Yeah, good for you.
some foraging maybe.
Okay. It gets real here, okay?
All right.
Uh-oh.
One thing you want your dad to improve on.
This is harsh. Who came up with these questions?
I did.
Stan.
Okay, to improve. Okay.
All right, let's hear it.
Winter says, learn more about how kids talk. And Summer says, Daddy's perfect.
That's a planted.
I know. Like, how much you pay her for that one?
Yeah, exactly.
Yo, she knows me. Let me tell you,
better-
Summer would just come up to me and just say, Daddy, I love you. Just like out of the blue. Like she knows how to like play with my heart
Yeah.
to keep me around her finger.
There you go.
It's sickening. All right. Listening.
Interesting.
Listening.
Yeah.
Where does that come from?
Well, sometimes, how we show love in our family is needling each other, getting after and teasing and tickling and playing. And I think that they say, Daddy, stop. You've got to listen and just stop right away. It's probably
Oh, I see.
where it is.
Okay.
We have a safety word.
Do you actually?
what's your
It's like it's
safety
too
word?
far.
Bananas.
Bananas. This
So the way it works is like you have to say stop first. And if the person is not stopping, then you say bananas.
That's like,
And then they're like, okay.
that's a hard stop.
Exactly.
that's really useful, actually. I'll probably institute something like that.
Steal it. Go for it. It's all yours
Bananas.
now. Caesar.
All right.
I want him to learn how to do the Rubik's Cube so he can teach me because it looks cool.
That's a whole project on itself. Man. I don't have to give it this podcast.
That's so I guess from here until you know how to do it, you need to be seen with a Rubik's Cube.
Oh, man. That is something that I did not have on my bucket list.
Okay, the last one. All right. One significant dad memory. All right. So Summer says, playing stuffies with me because it shows me he loves me. See these answers, man.
Dude, these are things that you're going to remember when they grow up.
And then Winter says, playing video games with me.
Ooh.
Yeah, because he showed me the he stole the answer. He stole her answer. But yeah, I guess that's what they remember,
No, 100%.
spending time with them,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Favorite memory of him is the day I was born. What?
Which kid said that?
It doesn't say.
Doesn't say. Okay.
It doesn't say. It says my favorite memory with him is the day I was born.
So my kids love looking at pictures.
Yeah.
And whenever we look at pictures, they will tell me what stage in their life they want to look at.
Yeah.
I created a Instagram reel for them and pretty much chronicalized their entire life up to this point.
Oh yeah.
And the reel starts off when they were born, and they love because I show videos of both when the day my daughter was born and the day my son was born, and they see what it was like with like seriously like 30 seconds out of the womb, and they see themselves like all slimy and wrinkly and all that, and they love that video because as we're talking about milestones and memories and how we're capturing with our phones now and how easily accessible it is to take pictures, like my kids actually feel like they remember what it was like being born. They remember their first day of life. And they obviously see how happy I was, and I was, telling them how happy it felt to meet them for the first time and all that. So to them, it's I guess it's meaningful to them to know that the day they were born was probably one of the best days of my life.
It's the day they met Daddy.
There you go.
That's awesome. Okay, Brandon, you ready?
I don't know. After
This
that
one's-
last one, it's pretty rough.
This one's pretty long. Here, let me read it.
Oh man.
When Dad got sick and we ran out of chicken soup and we made up a food called elephant chicken.
I remember this.
It is important to me because it is a memory of when we ran out of chicken and we should buy more chicken. Full stop.
Yeah, no, I think it was pretending to be a doctor. She was maybe 2 years old, and she was like giving me a whole bunch of medicine, and she came over with a plate with an elephant on it, and she called it chicken. It was elephant chicken. And that was I think that was the video and the time that they were referring to. It was pretty good.
So those are some core memories for
There
your
you
kids.
go. Hey,
That
was a great icebreaker you got there.
And that's how you introduce the crew to the world
There you
through
go.
the lens of our young children.
Well, I'm relieved to know that they had answers for all those questions, because it'd be quite painful if they didn't have an answer for those questions.
Well, to be truth be told, Amy said half the answers that she got first was poop 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 poop.
Classic.
So I think she interpreted some of that. She read
Fair enough.
between the lines.
There you go. She read between the poop.
Anyways, that's it. That's the
well
four
done.
questions.
Well played. That was pretty
Good.
sneaky.
Yeah.
I got that in there. I'm gonna have to question Zuri about which kid said what. Get to the bottom of it.
There you go.
But yeah, periodically, it would be nice to hear from the kids, right?
Man, if we have this thing going till they're of age of actually being able to communicate their true feelings, I'd love to be guests on the show.
Okay, that's a reach goal.
Yeah, there you go.
That's a reach goal. We can have some child guests on the show. I think it'd be interesting to bring them on for some short segments and interview them and have some fun.
Anyways,
Well done.
Great.
that's it, man.
Great episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, listen to the rest because we didn't go too deep on this one. But at least you know who we are now.
There you go.
Yeah. Perfect.
And that, according to our kids, we are all capable.
And that's sign off for the Capable Dads. Pew pew pew.